you got a vision for something, like I have a vision for like what this whole thing is supposed to be, but it's still foggy. It's still foggy, and the only way to make it unfoggy is to write it down. You know what I'm saying? Like make it plain type beat. So that's what my goal and my mission is this week, is to figure that out. And I'll come back to y'all with the results from that. But like figuring that out, not only just for like, my business, but like all aspects of my life. Just because like if once I figure that out, then I got direction. Then I got, more of a plan of like where I'm finna go with it. So, and I got a good idea of what it is, but I need to write it down. Bruh. For this joint, do a little bit of extra, as y'all can see, you know what I'm saying, if y'all watching the YouTube version or the Twitch stream. I'm changing up the graphics a little bit for everything, so now everything's a little bit more cohesive as far as like what we're talking about. So I'm super excited to get into this episode, man. But before we do, what is it? I don't know what I was gonna say. I have no clue what I was gonna say, but nope, I got nothing. I don't know what I was gonna say. But let's get right into it, man. Welcome back to the Why I'm Geeked show, man. This is episode 39. Episode 39 in the building. And speaking of building, I'm gonna get right to it on today's title for this podcast, and that is vision building. And I'm gonna talk about that throughout this episode, man, but just keep that in mind, keep that in the back of your brain, you know what I'm saying? And we're gonna get into this episode. So you know how we do things, man. We got some news this week. Let's get right into it. Alright, y'all, so first things first, man, and I'm only gonna say that once this podcast. I'm only gonna say it once. Hopefully. If I don't know, y'all gotta come up with something. But Dune, man, as y'all can see, that's the art for today's episode, but the podcast art. But Dune does 40 plus million in the box office, bro. If y'all haven't seen Dune, bro, y'all have to see it, bro. Y'all have to see it. My review will be dropping tomorrow for the movie. I would have liked to have already, put it out, but you know what I'm saying, it's gonna be out by the time y'all hear this, as far as the actual podcast listeners and when that uploads and uploads to YouTube. But yeah, man, this movie was freaking awesome, bro. It was awesome. I give y'all a little take as far as like what I thought of it. I think that this is the start of something dope. If you don't know, Dune is I don't even know what you would. I'm not even gonna try to give it a genre, but to me, it gives me a lot of Star Wars vibes. Not in like exactly what is happening in the movie, but it's that world. It's that kind of world. But Dune is also a book series, and it had a movie that came out in like 1984 back in the day. But we got this freaking movie, and it was phenomenal, bruh. I really liked it. To me, like the one major thing that stuck out to me was the pacing of this movie, because this movie was like, I think it was like 2.5 hours or something like that, but it didn't feel like it. It didn't feel like a super long movie. The pacing was phenomenal, and this was like my first like real time like recognizing what like drip feed action looks like. And I know that sounds like weird. That might be a pause, but like it's called drip feed, like drip feed content. Where you sprinkle something here and there, like you just consistently drop something, you know what I'm saying, but it's not like super overwhelming. It's just enough to keep you amped up, keep you anticipating, keep you hyped throughout the movie. And I'm sure there will be more. Like they showed us, bro. They showed us what's to come. You know what I'm saying? The fact that this is part 1, oh my gosh. I get a little bit more into it in the actual recap, but the news is that Dune did 40 plus in the box office, which I'm not surprised by. It also released on HBO Max. That's where I watched it on, but I think I'm gonna have to go back and watch it in theaters. We have to wait and see. But speaking of when I was talking about a little bit of Star Wars, so we got a little bit of Star Wars news. So, as y'all know, Ahsoka is one of the next projects to drop for Star Wars. I'm not saying it's an animated series. It's a live action series. And one of the key things that people are curious about is the cameos. You know what I'm saying? Who are we going to see in this? And it got confirmed that Hayden Christensen or Anakin Skywalker or Darth Vader will be in Ahsoka's. Now, whether that's going to be as Darth Vader in a present day action, this actual timeline as far as what I'm saying, like who Ahsoka is now versus past Ahsoka, or is it going to be like a flashback? We don't know. I don't know. But the fact that he's even going to be in it, this is the first time we had what I'm saying, Hayden Christensen in something in a really, really long time. And it's going to be dope, bro. Clone Wars era is my favorite era of Star Wars. Obviously, this won't be Clone Wars era because, it's going to be grown Ahsoka. But I'm sure there will be elements of, Clone Wars sprinkled in there. You know what I'm saying? Because that was a big part of Ahsoka's life and what set her on the trajectory that she's on now. So that's going to be super dope. I'm super excited for Ahsoka. It's probably my most anticipated series for that, for Star Wars right now, other than The Mandalorian and things like that. But, as far as series goes. And then you got Kenobi too. Kenobi's going to be dope too. I believe they confirmed Hayden Christensen for that. Why is his name so flowy like this, bro? I can't even say it. It's like a riddle almost. But yeah, I'm super hyped for that, as I can obviously see. And then we also had Uncharted drop. So this is something that I'm not saying that we haven't had games that have dropped movies before, or that this is going to be revolutionary or whatever. This is just me this is a me thing, because Uncharted is my favorite series of all time, favorite game series of all time. I've played every single one of them multiple times, and I really enjoy that whole franchise. So I'm super hyped about it, but I can understand people's speculations, because it's when you drop something like this, especially for the popularity that it has, as being one of PlayStation's legacy games. It's bro, you got to do it right. You know what I'm saying? And I talk about that in my reaction video. If you're going to do this, you got to do it right. And it's a really weird nostalgic feeling seeing parts of the game reenacted perfectly, and it's just it's a different type of feeling. It's crazy, bro. But I'm super excited for that to drop. But speaking of drops, we also had Insecure drop, which is a show on HBO Max. I'll talk about it in my weekly recap as well. But the fifth and final season has finally started to drop. It's gonna be 10 episodes, so we got 9 more left. I'm super excited for it. The first episode was a banger, literally. And it was it's bro, getting back into this world that they have created. It's bro, I forgot how messy it is, bro. I forgot how messy it's a lot going on. But I was super excited to not only just peep that, but we also had a watch party for that joint last night. So on Sundays from now on until the season is over with, you know what I'm saying, we're going to be having watch parties on Twitch. That's twitch.tv/Ginato Sensei. Around 10 o'clock. 10 o'clock is when the actual show drops. But, we'll probably be in here either a little bit before, or we'll start it a little bit after, so that people can get into the stream and we can watch it all together and, as a family. You know what I'm saying? It's going to be dope. We're going to give live reactions to it. We're going to do a breakdown of the episode and things like that. But, it'll be dope. It'll be dope. So, without further ado, let's get into the weekly recap. Alright, y'all. So, first things first. Dang, I broke my rule already, bro. I broke my rule already. I almost said it, but I said it a little bit. Hopefully I don't hold that against me. But let's talk about Titans, bro. So Titans had their finale episode, and I was gonna do a whole like review for Titans, but honestly, I just decided to kind of just talk about it on stream, and I really feel like this show um, has a lot of potential to continue to keep going. But if they stop it here, I won't be mad because that show is just really frustrating in the way that they go about like just the different storylines. It's too much going on. It's too much going on, and you lose focus of um, what's the main focus of the whole arc. You know what I'm saying, of the whole season. Um, I do feel like the last episode we got some good closure. Not only for Dick Grayson, but also Jason Todd, and then even the way that Scarecrow was left like in a really manic state. I think that was a really dope way to end the episode. But who knows, bro? Who knows if they actually continue? I can't see them stopping. Just because of I don't really know any numbers, but as far as like how successful the show is, but I can see them continuing to just push it because that's the type of time that you know DC is on right now. Like they're really trying to push their content, whether they're you know talking about Titans or the Suicide Squad stuff, and like just all of their marquee characters, and even the characters that people don't know so much about. They're super pushing, so I wouldn't be surprised if they come back with another season. I hope they do, just because like I really like Titans, and I really like these characters, and it'd be dope to see the story continue to grow. Like I want to see Tim Drake as Robin. You know what I'm saying? That'd be dope. But it's just the way they do stuff, bro. It's just like, bro, it didn't hit the way they think it hit. At least for me, I might be the one that's bugging, but I don't think I am, bro. Because I'll be looking at some of these comments, bro, and y'all be right with me. Y'all be right with me, bro. So that's just how I feel on that. Um, I think I'm on episode 20 of Blacklist. I don't know how many episodes are left in the season, but it feels like it's almost over. I can tell you now that this season has been pretty wild. Like there's still so much stuff that we don't know, but with each episode it's a new journey and a new adventure and a new piece to the puzzle. So it's just really like, dang, how many people are we really gonna lose by the time this joint has end? Because just about everybody has like either been kidnapped or are in the process of being kidnapped and possibly losing their life in the show, and it's just wild. It's really wild, and I don't know if I'm super biased right now, but I don't think there's been a bad episode yet. I'm gonna be real. Like I don't think they missed not one episode, and if they didn't have like, I hope they like reshoot and like fix the season prior to this, just so that it's like everything works out. But we're finally going to figure out who Raymond Reddington is, and I'm super excited about that and figure out why freaking this whole thing started, bruh. Like, and I just hope that they don't leave us on a cliffhanger. I just need some closure. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what I need. And I'm sure Elizabeth needs that too, bro, because she is off the rails, bro. Like, and I know I talked about it earlier in some previous episodes, but like, now it's do or die. Yeah, I thought it was do or die before, but now, bro, it's really, really wild. But sticking to some Netflix stuff, I've been trying to really get in my bag, bro. Like I was kind of away from Netflix for a cool minute. Like I always had it, what I'm saying. I had my staple shows that I'll watch here and there, but I'm really, really trying to get in my film and TV bag as far as like the content that I'm consuming. So that I can, talk about it and have more conversations about what's going on. So one thing that caught my attention, that I literally just started today, is the show called My Name. You know what I'm saying? And After Squid Game, there's a lot more Korean stuff that is popping up on the feed, and My Name is one of them. So it's on one season right now, and basically it's about this girl who basically witnessed her father get killed. His father's like a gangster, and she witnesses this, and she's on this path of revenge, and basically she's working with the people that her father worked for to basically rise up the ranks that way, but also in a official capacity. Like she's going to end up, like, I think, joining the police and working it from both angles. So you got the legal side and the criminal side. So I think it's gonna be a good show. You know what I'm saying? They got some really dope just like training arc scenes like so far. A lot has happened in one episode. And I like the show so far, so I just wanted to talk about it a little bit. I'll probably watch a couple more episodes and give my first impressions of it fully. But as far as the first episode go, I'm hooked. I'm hooked for sure. Now I know we talked about Netflix. I know we talked about a little HBO Max, but we got to start talking about the heavy hitters, bro. So Insecure, man. Insecure. I talked about it last night. I talked about it a little bit earlier in this podcast, and it's goated. It's really goated. I think that as far as the soundtrack for this, not only just this episode, but just what they're doing right now, I think that's gonna be very important to be like, I don't know, maybe because I watched them all like in succession. Like I just got into Insecure this year, and I watched season 1 through 4. So like my memory as far as like what's been happening, even though it hasn't even been that long since I finished it, I was like, dang, like I know that this is the final season, but I can't believe it, bro. And all the music is making me feel that way. Like I'm like, dang, it's finna be over, bro. It's finna be over. But as far as like the actual episode, I think that the kind of seeing where like their friendship started was a good way to start this episode, because all of their relationships, like especially Issa and Molly's relationship, is real rocky right now. Like they're not all aligned as far as where they're going, and both not only professional but in just like friendship, relationship wise. They're in, I don't want to say a fragile state, but they're in like a rocky stage, bro. And this episode was able to at least bring them back to realizing like, yeah, like this is my man. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like ain't nobody else going to fill this void as far as friendship. Like, partners can come and go, but this is forever. And that's what I got. That's what I got from this episode. Because like no matter what, like you can be mad like at your friend, like if it's really your friend, like your family type beat, like, but you go through so much together that like you ain't gonna be mad for long. Like it's not gonna take that much to get back into your groove. You know what I'm saying? Like sometimes it takes getting robbed. I know that was a really wild card, but they never really. I wish they would have said, instead of like, I knew I didn't like her for some reason. Like I wish they was like, this is why we don't mess with her. You know what I'm saying? And I'm speaking to one of the girls that was a part of their school reunion. But it was just like, dang, like this is why, bro. What's good, Shamar? But like, yeah, it was like, this is why I rocks with you, and they was able to get back right with each other, and I was like, okay, I see where we going. As far as like the love interest for the show so far, I don't, bro. What's going on, team? I know you guys are enjoying the video right now, but I want to let you guys know that not only are we making videos like this every day, Monday through Friday here on YouTube, but we're streaming it on Twitch. We're having these conversations. I want to see you guys in the chat so we can talk about all this stuff live, man. We got a dope community over there, and I would love you guys to join. So check out the Twitch stream, twitch.tv/Ginato Sensei. Link is in the description. Yeah, and I'll see y'all in the chat. Back to the video. They fooled me. They fooled me with Lawrence and Issa. They fooled me with that because, you know, I thought that she was coming back from San Francisco to be back in LA because she was with Lawrence in San Francisco. You know what I'm saying? Because Lawrence got a baby now on the way. So that they was like finna break up. But now they're officially broken up. Even though the words weren't said, but that was the message that we was left with. Like, this not gonna work, bruh. Like, I know we was gonna try, but you know what I'm saying, it ain't gonna go. We can't go for this. And I understand what she kind of, but you know, it's just like, dang, bruh. Like, and we'll see if they get back right. You know what I'm saying? Eventually throughout the season. But I was like, dang, bruh. Like, I know Lawrence was hurt, bro. I know Lawrence was hurt. Dune was fire, not gonna lie. It was in HD too. Yeah. Waiting for part 2, bro. I talked about it earlier, Shamar. That joint go crazy. Bro. And I'm dropping my review for that joint on tomorrow. So it's about Tuesday. Y'all will have it. But we talking about Insecure right now, and I'm thinking, is there gonna be, like, they're already introducing new love interests for Molly, right? So is this gonna be the one type beat? I don't think so. I don't think Molly gonna end up with nobody. I'm gonna be real. I think Issa and Lawrence, they won't get back together, but they gonna be cool. Like, right now they're not cool, but I think eventually they'll be cool. And I'm gonna talk about Dune a little bit, but right now I'm talking about Insecure. But Dune's next on the list. But yeah, and then Kelly, and I think Kelly's like, she is like the best plot device for this show because it's always something wacky with her. So like in this episode, you know, the whole gimmick was that everybody thought she died. Right, so she was just going around, just like everywhere she went in memorial. You know what I'm saying? Remembering, like, and it was just, I was just like, dang, like, and then you know you get like, after all of that, it's like toxic, right? So you get wrapped up in feeling that way, and then at the end of the episode, they talked about what they love most about her, bruh, and then she's crying and all this other stuff. I was weak, bruh. I was like, yo, this show is off the chain. This show is off the chain. Might look into Insecure. I don't know, bro. I'm telling you, brother. Insecure is my favorite like show that's like this, like that, a show that like not reflects but represents like what real life is, I guess. And like, you know, I never, like, other than Sweet Life. Like, I think that's the real, but like, as far as like a curated, directed show of like what it's like, you know what I'm saying, to be young and black, like, it's like, this is it. That Insecure is that show, bro. I recommend that joint to everybody. But yeah, like, I think Insecure, especially like on the little hyper reel that they showed at the end, it's gonna get tough. It's gonna get tough. But yeah, that's my take on Insecure. Now let's talk about the main event, bro. Shamar, you wild with that. I feel you though. But yeah, Dune, man. I got my notes from my review. But I really, bro, I went into the joint cold turkey. Far as like, I thought I was going to watch the review or watch the trailer and react to it, but I was looking at it, I was like, bro, I don't want to know nothing. That was the type of vibe I was going in. I don't know if y'all feel like this sometimes, but sometimes I just don't want to know anything going into a movie. I just want to go see it. Like, I know it's gonna be good. Like, obviously, I knew things like that. You know, it was a book series, and that, you know, it's the original one came out back in the day. I could tell, what it was going to be, like the type of vibe that it was going to be, just from seeing like some of the clips from the trailer. I didn't watch the full trailer. I heard some of it, from the little monologue from Zendaya, and just the actors that was in it. Like, I was like, okay, yeah, they got some dope people. Um, but I'm gonna use this time to talk about some of the things that I didn't necessarily get to in my actual review, because it's a lot, bro. It's a lot that this movie offers, because it's kind of long, but it don't feel like that. So I think, like, my favorite part of this show is the feeling that I get from it, right? Because it we only go to like two planets throughout this whole time, or what feels like two planets, right? Maybe it's the same planet, but it's on a different side of the world. I don't really remember, but the world that they was able to, like, introduce us to, I can tell that there's a bigger play afoot. Like, there's something like the empire or imperial people that they were speaking to throughout the movie, and just like the different factions and the different houses, is really got me interested in just like understanding the whole dynamic from a political standpoint, to a power standpoint, to a people standpoint. You know, it's two planets. Yeah, that's what I thought. But like the way that they initially, like, just first things first, we want to establish lore, right? And one thing that I thought was going to be more apparent was seeing Zendaya and seeing Timothy, or I'm talking about Shani and Paul. Paul as like the main protagonist in this joint, but I thought I was going to see more of them, but it was more of Paul seeing visions. And then at the end of the joint, we got to see Shani, or Zendaya, this girl that has been just, we initially hear her voice and hear her story, but all this is a dream, what I'm saying, that Paul is having, and he's trying to figure it out throughout the movie and stuff. And like, I was like, bro, usually with movies and flashbacks and stuff like that, they show us the same thing every single time. Like, they show us the same freaking flashback. Like, Shang-Chi does it the worst, bro. Shang-Chi, to me, does it the worst. But in this joint, no flashback was the same. It might be, recording a similar moment, but it's all like either shot from a different angle, or we get an extended version of what we saw prior. You know what I'm saying? And I thought that was like, okay, yeah, they they got content. You know what I'm saying? Like, they got books and books and different movies to reference from. So I was like, okay, yeah, this joint is gonna be like that, bro. This joint is gonna be like that. And then I didn't talk too much about the prophecy of, like, just the Messiah, that they was talking about in this movie, where basically they're gonna see a mother and a son that comes, and then they're going to be the ones that lead them to the promised land and get their planet back, because up until this point, every house or faction that has come to this planet has just wanted the spice. They never like lived in harmony with the people. It was just like, either you gonna get down with us, or you finna get murked. That's been a relationship, and everything since then, or since they arrived, it was supposed to be different, but really it was just a political play. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I was like, bro, oh, they on to something. They on to something with this, bruh. And I want to get too much into it, because I probably already said too much just because I'm so hyped about it. But like, it's just crazy, from the pacing to like the drip feed content that I was talking about, the drip feed action. Like, there was just like enough action in every little piece that was just like, had you on the edge of your seat, like, bro, what's about to happen next? And then the worms were like a really good plot device. Just for like anything they need them to do, like they need to spice something up, boom, put a worm there. You know what I'm saying? Like, and maybe that gets, annoying here like later on, just because it's like, you know, just the first time seeing a worm, it's like, oh, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, dang, that joint's crazy. But second, third time, fifth time, it's like, you know what I'm saying? Maybe it's not as, big of a deal. Um, but we always like know that they're there, but the way that they use them, it's just like, yeah, this joint, they know what they're doing. They know what they're doing. The next thing, the desert as a metaphor, right? Because the way that they talk about the desert, being one with the desert, respecting nature, to its beauty, but it's also deadly because there's worms out there, and it's literally just heat. The different, it's just the different like polarizing things that you would see in this joint, like something that you would look at like just scenery wise and how it looked, bro. It looked amazing, but what you were watching was just like, dang, I can't believe this is happening. I'm like, bro, this is horror. This is despair. Like, I'm like, yo, what is happening right now is evil, bro. Like, this is crazy. And it would just be little pieces of that, right? But it could be so like, the duality is so different. And I was like, bro, I couldn't stop watching, bro. I couldn't stop watching. I think we're just now getting into like the coming of age story part of it. Like, they did a lot of running away in this joint, but you know what I'm saying? I think that, that allowed for dope moments like Duncan's sacrifice, and just different little moments throughout the joint. Is there anything else that I didn't say in my review that I want to say real quick? I think the voice, using the voice is dope. It's like using the force. I think learning about that more is gonna be cool, and the sisters and the different factions, and understanding like what led to this point right here, this moment in time, like getting a little bit more history on that. But the way they left us off, and they told us that it was part one from the jump too, so there's no like we're gonna get another movie. Hopefully there's one for every book. That'd be dope. But I don't know. I haven't read the book, so I can't tell you if it's as good as the book or not, or if the books are bad or whatever. But this movie was freaking good. You know what I'm saying? I gave it a 95 out of 100 on the G-File score. Like, that's only hard. It's probably my highest rated movie that I have out, especially this year. You know what I'm saying? Like, this one was tough. I'll watch it again. That's how good it is. I'll watch it again, bro. But yeah, bro. I think that if for my recap, if I said too much, I'm sorry. But I just get hyped, bro. I just get super hyped on this joint. But yeah, that's pretty much it for the weekly recap. If you didn't, we talked about Titans, we talked about Blacklist, we talked about My Name, Insecure, Dune, and all that stuff that y'all should watch if y'all haven't watched it already. Lastly, let's get into the filler arc. Alright, y'all. So, we get into some little bit of real talk. Low-key waiting for Uncharted. Nah, ain't no low-key about it, bro. Y'all seen my reaction video. Ain't no low-key about it, bro. I'm hyped for that joint. But yeah, so filler arc, man. What I got down here is something that is not necessarily news. That's why I was in the filler arc. Not necessarily like a big, discovery. It's something that I've known, but it's something that I'm learning to really embrace, and I'm trying to figure my way out through that. So I finally figured out what industry I'm in. You know what I'm saying? Because initially I was trying to be a part of too many. Like, I was trying to be in sports, I was trying to be in video games, I was trying to be in TV and film, anime, all this other stuff, right? And that doesn't mean that, I can't necessarily talk about those things, because obviously, you can always talk about it, but like, what you gonna focus on? you know. And over the last week, I finally realized that, and you know, it took the podcast to like really put myself in a section, like to actually do that and really accept it, you know. So y'all gonna be seeing a lot more TV and film content from me, and mainly that's it. Like I'll still play games here on Twitch and stuff like that, here and there, but you know, there's still like this. My main focus is TV and film because there's so much. There's so much to both of those things. Even doing both of those is probably a lot, you know. And then adding anime to it as well. Like I don't know. I might just leave the anime stuff for the podcast, and you know, certain YouTube videos if it's like a like marquee joint, you know, like a Tokyo Revengers, something that we coming back to every week, or one of the top joints that we're watching. I might do it that way, but you know, TV and film is like where I'm at though. That's where I'm at, and I'm embracing that, and I'm going for it, and I'm trying to figure it out, right? So that leads me into the title of this joint is vision building. Like when you got a vision for something, like I have a vision for like what this whole thing is supposed to be, but it's still foggy. It's still foggy, and the only way to make it unfoggy is to write it down. You know what I'm saying? Like make it plain type beat. So that's what my goal and my mission is this week, is to figure that out. And I'll come back to y'all with the results from that. But like figuring that out not only just for like, you know, my business, but like all aspects of my life. Just because like if once I figure that out, you know, then I got direction. Then I got, you know, more of a plan of like where I'm finna go with it. You know? So, and I got a good idea of what it is, but I need to write it down. Bruh. And speaking of that, like speaking of gaming and stuff, a little bit earlier, you know, I realized, bro, like over the weekend, because I was playing some Ghosts, like I was playing some Legends with the homies, and I realized, like, bro, like, cause he was playing a new map. I'm like, bro, I ain't never played here before. Like, we both realized, like, what is this map, bro? Because before we dropped Ghost, because we beat everything in the game, I was like, oh, bro, I never finished the extended version. Like, I never went to the new island or none of that. Like, because I had to restart because I'm on PS5, and like going forward, I'm not trying to do that no more. Like, I wanna have my experience with the game and then be able to go from there. Like, I don't want to restart again. You know, like I realize I'm not that type of gamer, bro. Like, you got about one good run at me, and that's it. And then I want in-game content. You know, and these game has those things. At least I know Ghost has, but I don't know about Kenna. But I just haven't finished. I can't even say I haven't had time to finish Kenna, but I just haven't really like been gaming like that. You know, I just been working on like the rest of my content. So like those things will happen. Like don't get me wrong, I've been playing 2K though. Did you finish Ghost? Nah, I ain't finished the jump. I've been playing 2K though. Like I got almost all my badges in 2K. Like that's one thing I'm consistent with. Like I do everything throughout the day, finish all my work, stream, do all that, and then after I get off stream, I just play a 2K game, and go to sleep. You know what I'm saying? That's my wind down game. But I want to finish Ghost though. I want to finish Ghost, like the whole thing, and then I want to have like a dope character on Legends, and also I want to finish Kenna. So that might happen like off stream, or it might be a weekend stream. I don't know. We'll see. But that's just one thing I just like, bro. I was taken aback, bro. I was like, dang, I really didn't finish it, joint. And I'm like I thought I was the person like, yo, you always finish everything, you know, and I've beaten Ghost already, so that's the difference. Like I've beaten Ghost already, but Kenna, I haven't finished that. I haven't played that. You know what I'm saying? And I'm gonna get there. I'm gonna finish it. And regardless if I finish it on stream or not, like the last part of the game, I would definitely finish on stream for sure. But for the stream, like for Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, like I want those shows to be super, super like fire, like straight up fire content. You know what I'm saying? Like whatever we talking about that day, like I want it to have like segments and it to be basically what a podcast is, but more not a podcast. You know what I'm saying? Like, cause that's just like I want it to be more conversational based. Because like, you know, podcasts can sometimes end up being like just a big rant, you know. But you know, I'm working on it. I'm working on it. Just know that. The last thing I got on my list for this episode of the Why I'm Geeked podcast, the Why I'm Geeked show, man, is Critical Role, bruh. Critical Role is a D&D show, stream, but they have started a new campaign, and I'm gonna keep up this time. Like, I found Critical Role during season or the second campaign, and I never was able to keep it. Like, I was on YouTube and trying to watch it all, but now that like they started the new campaign on Twitch, and I can keep up to understand like what's going on every episode, I'm like, okay, like I'm gonna keep up with it, because that joint fire. I really like it's just like a big old movie, like, or watching a movie or watching a TV show in real time, and it's just like easy thing to put in the background while I'm working. You know what I'm saying? And it just be that. So I'm super excited about that, and just like, you know, the world building and stuff. Like, I'm really like into that, bro. Like, it's just, yeah, Critical Role is a D&D like Dungeons and Dragons group. It's like if you saw like the little Twitch leak or whatever, like they are the highest earning stream on Twitch right now. And they also got YouTube videos too. But it's like I think seven or eight voice actors, and they have guests too. But they just go through a Dungeons and Dragons game, and it's just like, it's hilarious. And a lot of dope content is made from that, and it's just real inspiring, bro. It's real inspiring to like see a story happen in real time, and like how much thought it goes into it, and the world that they build. And they continue to build. It's like one huge world. It's like a big MMO, but like not a video game. I don't know how else to describe it, bro. But just search that joint up, and you'll see what I'm talking about. But cause I love long form content. Each episode's like 4 hours, so it's just like, what? It's like, oh, we lit. Like, we lit, bro. You look back like an hour or two, and you're like, dang, I did all this stuff in this little bit of time. It's crazy. But that's pretty much it for this episode, man. If you guys enjoyed, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. If you're watching this on YouTube, subscribe. If you're listening to this on any audio platforms, hit that follow button. If you're checking us out live on Twitch, that's twitch.tv/Ginato Sensei. And I'm gonna holler at y'all in the next one, man. Y'all be easy. You know the vibe. Always keep growing. See going to me, boy G. I'm gone. Peace. Dang, I know they like that video, bro. That's crazy. I can't wait to see the comments. Whoa, what are you still doing here? Well, since you're here, you might as well hit that like button, hit the subscribe button if you haven't already, because if you didn't, what are we really here for? If you're still here at this point, you probably still want to know and talk more about it. So come through on the Twitch stream, man. Twitch.tv/Ginato Sensei. I want to see you in the chat. Let me know you came from YouTube, and we could talk about today's video, discuss anime, movies, films. Y'all already know what it is, bro. Wait, that's still not it? Oh, I know what it is. You was wondering about this drip right here. Well, you can check that out on IG, Growth Apparel. That's Growth Apparel, GRWTH. It's on the screen right now. So go copy you a tee, man. I'm gonna see y'all in chat. I'm gonna see y'all in these comments. I appreciate y'all once again. Y'all already know I rocks with you, bro. I'm out of here. You still here? Ah, y'all gang.